Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another crypto video. Today has been a really interesting day for the crypto market. I mean, earlier during my live streams, I tried to talk about exactly what I think happened. I mean, the flash crash would have most likely been caused by either China and the Evergrande news or just a direct correlation with stocks, which might have again happened because of China or the new variant, or there's so many different reasons why this could have happened. And at the end of the day, we don't really know for certain. What we do know for certain though, guys, is that in these streams, I showed you guys a couple of altcoins that I'm buying. I showed you also that I'm opening a couple of long positions over on Bybit, and here's the result for our public trades. So these trades I put up together with you guys during the live stream, and take a look at this. We went into our account with $3,000. Right now, we are at $5,100, meaning we almost doubled our entire account throughout the day. That is not it, however. I also threw a fresh $1 million at crypto, but I can already smell this. I can already smell some people in the comment section saying, yeah, but I don't have $1 million to throw at crypto. Honestly, the first little message that I saw here was, if only I were not already all in crypto. So guys, what I'm showing you here is the top 10 altcoins I think anybody should have in their portfolio right now to catch dips. And I'm not just talking about this dip because we're a little bit late. We might get a bigger crash going on right now. We might get a big pump. It's hard to say. But I'm talking these altcoins are just almost always juicy during dips. And these are just the best of the best altcoins to have in any portfolio right now, regardless of what the market is about to do next. These are my top altcoins right now. And if I had to make a choice, I'd just keep buying these over and over and over again, knowing that at the end of the day, I'm going to be really, really fair and just, it's just a juicy bet if you ask me. Having said that, guys, this is not financial advice. And do remember that I always say it's very smart to invest in crypto, bet it did in tomorrow, but keep a penny for a rainy day. And what I mean with that is, the reason I could throw a fresh $1 million of crypto right now is because even though I've been buying the dip time and time again, I still keep some money on the side to buy bigger dips. I keep telling you guys about how important it is to keep some money on the side to buy a bigger dip. And even right now, guys, if we dip further, I will throw more money at it. It's just the honest truth. And I will be buying exactly these coins. One of the coins being AAVEX. And guys, I think we're actually already up maybe $200,000 a day on our trades, but again, that can change. So I just wanted to quickly mention that. AAVEX is one of my favorite coins by far. I've told you all, I think $60 billion market cap can easily be achieved, but what it is it's a layer 1 blockchain that functions as a platform for dApps and custom blockchain networks. It's one of Ethereum's rivals, aiming to unseat Ethereum as the most popular blockchain for smart contracts. It aims to do so by having a high transaction output of about 6,500 per second while not compromising scalability. This is made possible by Avalanche's unique architecture. The AAVEX network consists of 3 individual blockchains, the X, C, and P chain, and each chain has a distinct purpose, which is radically different from the approach Bitcoin and Ethereum use. Namely, having all nodes validate all transactions, the Avalanche blockchains use different consensus mechanisms based on their use case. So it's really different, yet kind of solving the exact same thing. It's like, we have so many different platformers. Which one should you go for? AAVEX is just one of the competitors that's really high up there. It's grown ridiculously fast throughout the year here for a good reason. They only launched last year, and already this high up, it is insane. AAVEX is extremely undervalued still for how good it is, and that's why I bought a freaking chunk. So my next coin on the list here is actually one of the best performers of today. You can already see our long position here as well. We went in with $2,000 and we actually won $2,000 on this as well. So the reason I bought XRP is firstly because it's my little baby. I buy XRP almost every single day, but in small amounts. But I actually have a system set up, which you can do on a lot of exchanges nowadays too, where you basically have reoccurring buys, where it buys a little bit every single day. And what I've also set up for a couple of people I know is that the system basically buys them $5 each and every day. For some people, this is possible. For some people, that's a huge amount of money. I'm just letting you guys know. The reason I do that is because XRP is my #1 most guaranteed profit crypto if we're talking about a medium term. Meaning I am so convinced they're going to win the lawsuit. In my own head, there's not a shiver of doubt. With that in my head, I also do believe, honestly, that $12 per XRP is a low conservative bet for within the year. And having said that, I just throw all my, basically the garbage money into XRP every single day anyway. Right now, I had to go heavy on it. I had to go really, really heavy on it because I know I don't get a chance to buy XRP at 60 cents that often. It is 40% cheaper than a couple of days ago, like 1.5 or 2 days ago, it feels like. Yeah, I could not skip out on that chance, guys, so I had to buy as much as humanly possible. The only problem is my average buy was unfortunately not like even close to 61 cents, but oh boy, would I have been happy to get that. And so what I've done right now, guys, as I've said before over in my live streams, is I've also made sure to have different layered buys open. So for XRP, for example, I'm going to show you guys how that works. You can do this with leverage or with normal trades. You basically go in and use the limit order feature right here. What you basically do is, let's say, hey, I want to buy XRP only if it's below 56 cents, for example. So if we want to only buy if it's below 65 cents, I said 56, let's say 65 cents, we put up a limit at 0.65 for a certain amount of XRP, for example, 182. This basically means it'll buy 182 the moment it is below my limit. This is the limit price I've set for myself, and this is the amount, the quantity that I'd like to buy. In this case here, it's a long position, but you guys hopefully get that drift. I've basically done that beforehand right now for a lot of different cryptocurrencies, and as we can see here in active, I've just put a couple of these ones during our live stream in as well to show you guys, hey, if we want to make sure our trades are staying open and we want to make sure we get the dip of the dip, this is the way to go about it. To have different orders set at different price points to make sure that if you dip as far as this, sometimes a human hand cannot do this. But if you have the orders up front, you can. I've done that heavily for XRP, and what they basically do is they're trying to change the payment realm. XRP is not joking like that either. Right now, they're one of the most critical lawsuits for crypto, but I do think they'll win. So at the end of the day, I do think that XRP is a juicy, juicy crypto to buy, but short term, it's a little bit less nice than some others. But short term, 0.84 is really undervalued. Then Decentraland Mana and the Sandbox. These actually go over the same line, if we're being completely honest with you. There's no real reason why you choose one over the other. They're very much the same nowadays anyway because of the most recent changes with Sandbox since this November 29th. They're basically apps which are complete games in the metaverse. Sandbox basically allows for a lot of things to be deployed on it in a different sense that Decentraland Mana is a little bit more conservative in that sense, but a little bit bigger. I'm just really bullish on both of these. I've shown you guys that you can actually play the game already as well by just launching the app and going on Ethereum via Web3, as you guys already know. It's pretty freaking cool. So Decentraland Mana defines itself as a virtual reality platform powered by the Ethereum blockchain, and Sandbox, how they define themselves, let's quickly check that out. They are a blockchain-based virtual world allowing users to create, build, buy, and sell digital assets in the form of a game. We've talked about it before. It is amazing stuff. And these land prices as well, which is basically land inside the game. Those are NFTs. They go for freaking millions upon millions of dollars. And look at guys, look at this actually. Enter the Sandbox Metaverse, airdrop 10 alpha passes. Participate in the Enter the Metaverse. Oh, wow. Getting up to 1 cent is actually not really juicy. That's $6. But getting yourself a pass like that would be amazing. I actually forgot about that. I wanted to talk more about the airdrops and whatnot at the end of the video, but oh my, I didn't even know that this existed. All right, then my next coin on the list is Polygon / Matic. So essentially, it does two different things. One part is that it's a layer 2 for Ethereum, but let's read. Polygon, previously Matic Network, is the first well-structured, easy-to-use platform for Ethereum scaling and infrastructure development. Its core component is the Polygon Software Development Kit, a modular, flexible framework that supports building multiple types of applications. So, using Polygon, one can create optimistic rollup chains, ZK rollup chains, standalone chains, or any other kind of infra required by the developer, and Polygon effectively transforms Ethereum into a full-fledged multi-chain system, aka Internet of Blockchains. So the reason I said there's basically two main uses is, it is for developers, but that ultimately means it's also for the end user, because through Polygon, as a developer, it's making things really easy. And what these rollups basically are is they take things from the main Ethereum chain to a higher up chain, a layer 2. And what that might allow is for, if you keep transacting in the layer 2, it's only once you pull out and go back to layer 1 and basically transact once to come back in, basically, let's say roll down so to make it easy, is when you basically get the heavy fees again. But whilst you're in the layer 2, it's really, really cheap to transact in comparison to using the Ethereum fees every single time. So Matic / Polygon kind of functions as two different things because partially you can see them as this layer 2 solution where you can use them to basically get lower fees on Ethereum, but partially also for connecting everything with each other from Ethereum, so to speak, making a whole multi-chain ecosystem, but also basically allowing others to go through this entire process. So that's why I kind of call them two different things. Polygon, formerly Matic, is a layer 2 scaling solution backed by Binance and Coinbase, and these guys are also not joking around at all. One of the best coins out there by far right now, guys. It is very, very high up on my list. The only question is, how high can the price go? As Ethereum is just not that juicy anymore, and I sometimes think we should kind of go away more and more from Ethereum, so layer 2s on Ethereum are also not that juicy. I think Polygon will stand very well on their own as well as time moves on. That's also why I think they went from Matic to Polygon, as right now they open their doors to quite a lot more. All right, Solana is next on my list. Again, it's another platformer, a little bit like AAVEX at the start. Solana right now being the bigger version of it, though. It's just the biggest of the biggest. Extremely scalable, extremely fast. They had a problem before. I called out on this channel that Solana at $130 a couple of weeks ago was extremely undervalued. Right now, I'm calling it out again. Solana right now at $204 is still ridiculously low for the use that it has and for how good it is compared to Ethereum. So if we're being honest with you, it wouldn't surprise me if Solana within a couple of months is going to have half of Ethereum's market share, which at this point would just mean huge gains, because that would put Solana at, let's say, about let's say about 4 times as big as it is right now at about $800. And that could happen within the span of a freaking 3 months or something like that. It could happen so ridiculously fast, and it wouldn't even surprise me if it did. Solana, again, there's not really too much to explain. It is just, let's see it as an Ethereum, but then way more efficient, way cheaper, way faster, way more scalable. It's everything. Some people might say it's more centralized, but there's a high and long discussion about that. But Solana is luckily not that difficult to understand. Then one of the coins which I bought today, quite significantly, was Bidow. So Bidow is actually a token only that you can find on Bybit, of which a link is down below. By the way, check out Bybit because there's going to be some crazy bonuses soon. And I sometimes do giveaways for people who use my Bybit link only. And that's because then I work with Bybit. And so if you're not on there, I can't really include you because, well, they can help me out with these giveaways. So make sure you get yourself an account on there. But Bidow, I bought a freaking chunk of this right now because we've seen over on Bybit, there's multiple of these coins that get launched on there. Multiple 100x gems, but right now they're mostly 10x gems. Let's call it like that, which basically means the money we put in is going to go times 10. So if we put in $500, it's going to go turn into $5,000 every single time. We haven't had any missurges quite yet. So from that perspective, the more BIT I have, the more dollars into those projects I can buy. So I definitely needed a good chunk of BIT. And now that I saw the prices at like I thought it was like 168, but maybe I'm actually mistaken on that. Maybe it was $1.80 then that I bought at, or maybe it's actually a different price over on Bybit that this price is just skewed, because I thought it was like 168, but it could be that it's 180 that I actually bought at. But I bought a freaking chunk because the previous price was like $2.50 or so when I last checked it out. So this is also a very, very juicy buy if you ask me, because of the use in basically the platform, the launchpad. It's just a very, very nice one. Then one of the coins which is my long-term favorite in terms of partnerships is VeChain. Very often, whenever I talk about VeChain, I talk about HBAR because that one is also very known for having some of the best partnerships in crypto. But VeChain, I think, takes the cake for best partnerships in crypto as a whole. What they basically got is they got themselves so many big brand names. They're officially connected to the Chinese government, so they can never be put down anymore or at any point anymore. But what they've done is they basically mastered the game of partnerships on a high level, not being so marketing oriented, but they're also working on blockchain as a service. I would rather call it, I guess, supply chain as a service. What they've basically fixed here and made is that any company here looking to explore this realm, they can do so really easily through VeChain and through their solutions to basically help make their supply chain better, let's put it like that. And oh my days, is that a big use case? And VeChain is just killing it right now. Really, really top stuff, and I really enjoy holding it every single day. I think this one is a very, very good boost for the portfolio for anybody. But again, that's just my opinion. And to be honest with you guys, I did not actually buy VeChain or this coin, Cardano, on my own today, but my team did. Why did they do that? Well, because they analyze the crypto market and they know They know. They're already coins that I always talk about whenever I do top altcoins. And so sometimes, just gotta kind of get some help here a little bit. And I luckily got help from my team here who actually bought me some VeChain and Cardano because those coins were extremely undervalued and I was sleeping. So when I was sleeping, some guys were buying altcoins from me. How crazy does it get? Yes, that's exactly how it went. Long story short is they just got access to funds that they can buy for me with. And of course, they knew I would not get angry if they bought the dip for tokens that I am so bullish on anyway. So they rather basically buy and me getting angry for them buying the dip than them not buying when they had the opportunity to. Because as I said earlier today, I was sleeping while the deepest of the deepest dip happened. But even ADA here, we could have bought at $1.21. That is insane. So Cardano is right now one of the most undervalued projects by far. And they are, again, basically a platformer, basically being Ethereum, but then better. However, the reason it's better is, first of all, because it's a better proof of stake, while Ethereum, of course, is working towards a proof of stake model. They're not even there. But I think one of the most important factors is the team and the way they handle things and the way they think about things. They, in my own words, got some like proof of philosophy, so to speak, where they just think things out properly. It's the peer-reviewed approach officially, where they just make sure that any decision that they are going to make is properly thought out and make sure it's done properly. But the way I would like to view Cardano all the time is these guys don't play around with their technology. These guys have a long-term vision in mind. He said before they could be the first $1 trillion crypto. It didn't happen, but in the sense, they just want to go for the top of the top, and they're on a journey right there, right now as we speak. They all of a sudden had a crazy surge somewhere throughout the beginning of 2021 as it all of a sudden hit like third crypto by market cap. Right now it's falling back down, but I do believe that it deserves to be up a little bit higher. It's just been misunderstood. Some people say Cardano is going to be the next to get hit by the SEC lawsuit. I think that might also partially be what's factored into the price. But I do think that it's undervalued for where it should be, following how good it also is. And so I also bought a freaking chunk of that, and I'm really happy to be doing so. All right, and then last but not least, guys, because these were actually 9 different coins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. My last coin here is actually not one coin necessarily. It is for you guys to go to this Metaverse tab right here and just kind of close your eyes and pick one. To be honest with you, I'm really a big plus on just buying some freaking Metaverse coins because it's my #1 sector right now. If I had to pick one sector that's like guaranteed money, it doesn't exist, right? Because guaranteed money doesn't exist. But if we want the closest thing to it, it would be Metaverse tokens right now. So the majority of the tokens that you see in front of you, I hold a lot of Mana. Axie Infinity, I'm just staking. I'm not really buying more at all. Sandbox, Theta I have from a long time, and I don't consider this a Metaverse token. I consider this like no, I don't consider this a Metaverse token. Engine, I do have a ton of as well. Alice I bought really early, so I do hold that. Chromia I bought just a small amount of because you guys said so. I wouldn't necessarily buy too much of that. But Illuvium I got a good chunk of now. Blocktopia I got a good chunk of now. Starlink got a good chunk of now because of you guys once more. Let's see, a lot of coins are coming new into this list. Mines of Delarnia I bought early as well. Star Atlas I got a good chunk of now. There's a couple of other ones like VRA. That I get a good chunk of now. And I'm trying to buy some other smaller coins like the AAVEX, just throw a couple of dollars at it, see what happens, even though I'm not too sure exactly what they do. And I've been trying that for a little while, but every single coin which I bought over the last couple of weeks is up a crazy, crazy amount. And I do think that that's going to keep replicating itself. So even though I don't have one specific coin that you guys should be buying here, I would say try some stuff out. Metaverse is a really good sector, and see, after pressing the project, for example, and read for yourself a little bit what you think sounds juicy. And of course, logically speaking, go for that coin then. Because at the end of the day, I don't think you can go too wrong with that right now. All right, guys, that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And guys, there will also be a link down below, I think, for my 100x Gems Telegram. I basically share in that Telegram whenever a coin goes to launch that I think will go times 100. We've already called out like 5 coins successfully, and I do think we'll keep going really, really amazing again. So make sure you check out the Telegram, but also if you want more information on coins that are going to go times 100 within a couple of weeks, make sure you press that subscribe button for more updates. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video later today.